now. What up, y'all? Go ahead and hit this share button. Yeah. I don't see it yet. Let me see. Do you see it yet? Oh, it's still loading. Okay, there you go. Let me go again. Yeah, y'all, I'm trying to hit this button so I can see you. I know you're out there. Just give me a sec. Click share to myself and my own timeline.
Yeah.
And make it public.
You put it on your own timeline?
Yeah, I'm putting it on my own timeline. Yeah, so yeah, that's that. Somebody just go ahead and put that to sleep. Good night. Nikki, what up? Yeah, I'm putting it on my own time. Oops, that's me. Sorry. All right.
All right, boom. Boom.
Go ahead and click that share button. If y'all are watching, go ahead and click the share button because, of course, sometimes people are having difficulty finding a new location. The alert doesn't come up like before, like the way we're used to. So if you're watching, go ahead and click that share button, please, and thanks. And I'll turn off my noisy fan a little bit later. I don't know if you probably can't hear mine, Quest.
I don't hear it. I was just hoping that you couldn't hear mine.
Yeah, so thank you for joining us. Go ahead and shout us out. I see Nicole is on. I know other people are on. So shout us out real quick. Let us know you're out there. We're going to give people just a little bit longer than normal, like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, because I think people are still not accustomed to the new location. Yeah. Boy, it's hot in this box today.
Yeah. Let's hold on 1 second. Let me get them right.
Yeah, so for those of you joining us for the very first time, that's Quest over there. I call him New Questament. I call him Jay. I call him all kind of stuff, but it's always positive. And yeah, so if you're joining us for the very first time, that's him. I'm me. And if you flip it around, it's the same way, just backwards. And what we're going to do is let you into the background of the official Marriage Ain't for Suckers program. And when we launch the audio, once we're done, chatting you up for a second, clicking the share button, like I hope you'll do, we're going to let you in as we get the program underway. And when it sounds like we know what we're talking about, that means because we are not just live on video, but live in the official program part in audio land. So please direct your web browsers to marriageaintforsuckers.com, and you can find the major aggregators that we are broadcasting through, 2 of which will be live in a minute. But in the meantime, choose one of the podcasting sites where you can join, leave a rating and a review. And that will be very helpful to us, helpful to you and your friends, because the more you do that, then the more people will find it. And then the actual aggregators will promote it. So please, honest review, whatever it is. If you say you don't like my red shirt, just go ahead and type that in there too. And we'll see what we can do about it. I think I'll go back to my white shirt uniform. If you don't like that, then I'll switch and come back to the red one because I can't wear a tank top.
Did you say your white shirt uniform?
Yeah, man. You know how many videos I do? Like, it's ridiculous. So I got a uniform. As soon as I'm done, I'm gonna go hang it up. And then, you know, I listen, man, I wear tank tops every day. Yeah. So okay. So there was this big production came through my house the other week, right? And they were like, you know, because they, you know, we're shooting for a program, like a TV program, right? And they were like, we wanted to catch you in your natural environment, basically habitat, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. And they were like, yeah. So we just want you to wear what you normally wear. And I was like, I wear a tank top and scrubs pants. And they said, no, man, you're supposed to put on what you normally wear. I said, but sir, I don't wear no socks. I don't wear no shirt.
I barely have on shorts.
You feel me? So if you want me, you tell me what you want me to wear.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I don't. And then you better tell me something, and you better tell me something that I don't have to press, because I don't keep them pressed. You understand?
You lost after that.
Yeah, Nikki, we had an earthquake, but it's not. I mean, we had several.
We're on the island.
One hit us Sunday in our area, and we're them from Uriton side. So I felt it rumble up under my bottom. And you know, if you know anything about earthquakes, if you feel it up under your bottom straight and coming up through your chest, then you know that joint shook up pretty good. But yeah, I mean, it's probably 4 or 5 this year, but mainly on West Coast side or North Coast.
That's crazy.
But we got a little something Sunday about, I don't know, about 2 o'clock ish or 1:30. And I told them, come on out. Let's get out. Because listen, man, no diss to y'all who live in them places where it's always, the ground is always moving. But I told Simone, I was like, listen, you don't need to follow me. You hear me? So, you know, all the stuff they tell you on the radio and on television, all about bathtub and under the table and all them something, that I'm not doing that. You understand? If I'm going to die, I'm dying on my way out the door. I'm not going to be buried in my house, B. That's just not going to happen unless it catch me on the way out. I'm out of here, man. So if y'all want to run with me, come run. Otherwise, you could get up under the table and I'll send help if I get out. Holla at me. So I went and got the boy, and Simone was like, let's go. And she followed that lead. She was like, all right, let's get up out of here and see if the earth is going to really, you know. So
I'll let you go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Know what the key is for the grill at all times and get up out of Dodge, B, because I ain't going out like that if I can help it.
There's a word that
you're not going to find me up under the table, Quest. I'm sorry. I'm going outside.
That's a word I haven't heard in a minute.
What that?
The key for the girl.
To find the keys
around the veranda.
Yeah, man, that grill bar is must lock.
I ain't mad.
Yeah, man. So it was good. Simone was in the bathroom getting her face ready to go, and I was in the studio just kind of waiting for them. Josiah was in his room, and she's like, "You feel that?" While I'm calling out, "Let's go."
Let's go.
I already gave instructions long ago. I said, if this place quakes, this is how it's gonna work.
That's it. Yeah. Let's get it, man.
Yeah, I lost something, Quest.
What'd you lose?
I dropped something on the floor. I had to pick it back up. I can concentrate now. Yeah. All right. So you ready, Quest?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I already said my spiel, so I guess I should shut this off because my side will hear the fan, but your side's coming through the filter, so I won't hear yours.
Dope.
So I'm going to be the only one up in here looking like I'm taking a shower. It's okay. It's all right. It's cool. All right, y'all. So in a second, we're going to sound like we know what we're talking about. And I already gave you the spiel, so I'm going to say to my man, 50 grand and more. Quiet on the set. Peace, y'all. It's your man, Dave, with my brother, Quest, the man bringing you all things married. Hey, yo, Quest, it's time to give the people something, man. What we talking about today?
Yes, indeed. What up, y'all? What up? What up? What up? It's your man Quest, your host with the most, and welcome to another edition of the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast. I am alongside my man, my man, L. David Harris.
Get on the mic.
And MC.
What up?
Yeah, what up, man?
Yo,
What up? What up, D?
But yo, before I tell you about it,
Yep.
Class is in session.
Yep. Bring them on in.
Yeah, man.
Yep. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Marriage Suckers podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, D. Today feels a little bit better. What's up, honey? Daughter just came home from school. Feeling in a very solemn mood today. Just been like that this whole week. Great. Shots goes out to the family of a very special friend. He was not only a friend to me, but a friend to many. Man, I'm at a loss for words because it's one of those things. D, where Lashana's calling me now from the office, so I don't know if they going to do something for my man, but like for real, D, you hear somebody passed away and you like, man, wow, like this person right here passed away, and like immediately I felt like at first it was hard to swallow, but after it finally settled in, and the truth of the matter is, D, it hasn't even really finally settled in yet. I'm still in that place like, yo, this is a bad joke. Like this is a bad joke or a bad dream, and we're going to wake up and all of this going to be fine. And I'm going to go to my next Game Changers session and Chris is going to be there. Shouts out to the family of Chris Daniels. We lost him unexpectedly this past weekend. When I tell you a tough one, like I've been doing things to try to get my mind. Like this is one of them deaths where it rock you to the point where it's almost difficult to work. Right. And today I almost didn't post nothing. Like yesterday I almost didn't post nothing. And I was just posting old material. I didn't even have it in me to sit and, you know what I'm saying? Like do anything new. Right. Because my wife I woke up this morning and Faith was like, yo, you off this morning? And I was like, she just looked at me and she was like, Chris? I was like, yeah, because this one is like, you know what I'm saying? D, I'm 45. Chris is what, 40? I'm talking about, this ain't no small dude. Like Chris is a healthy dude. You know what I'm saying? Like he's about 6'4", 6'5", and like, you know what I'm saying? Like a strapping dude.
Yeah, man.
I'm saying not only was he big, but his spirit and his willingness to help people was like Goliath compared to who he was in stature. When I say my man revolutionized and created a paradigm shift, not only in the community of BU, but in everybody's personal lives. Like the dude revolutionized my marriage. Yeah. Like he gives my man continuous pub, and he ain't never been the type of dude to give a dude pub like that. You know what I'm saying, D?
Right. I do. It's true.
So like for real, the animal assessment, you hear everybody walking around BU like you a gorilla, you a flamingo, you know what I'm saying? You a chameleon. Now they doing you a gorilla flingo or whatever they do. You know what I'm saying? Like all kinds of stuff. But just to see my man pass like that, like immediately I started thinking, like my first thought was, God, where am I with you? Mm-hmm. That was my first thought, D. And then the kind of impact that he created with so many people in such a short space of, let me tell you what was really crazy. Mm-hmm. Let me show you what was, he did a post on Friday, D. And this is the thing that really shook me. Who sent me that post? I'm gonna tell you in 2 seconds. When I saw it immediately, I was oh, here it is. All right. So he wrote this on Friday. Like I think he passed away Saturday night, D. Mm-hmm. And And then he wrote, this was his post on Friday, and I'm gonna read it to you. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. He said, so far the past year, TransUnion, major credit bureau, had me listed as deceased. The other two major credit bureaus had all my current info, but one kept telling me I was dead and gone while on the phone with them, right? I've faxed documents on 3 different occasions to prove I'm still here. And for some reason, they couldn't get this situation figured out. He said, I've been so frustrated with them. Yesterday, we finally figured it out. I was confused with a man with the same exact name, social security number off by one number, who passed away in 1929. Somebody mixed up our records in one of their back-end systems that was never updated. This has been a year where I really couldn't make some moves that I wanted to make. And in the middle of the call with BU yesterday, I heard a voice say, you had to wait for a reason. I had you off the radar for a reason. You now have a restored identity. I don't even care to know the reason. Just know that it's about to get real interesting. And then not a day later, my man passed away.
This Chris Daniels actually is deceased.
This Chris Daniels is actually now deceased.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, if y'all see me a little shook today or a little off, it's because I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it. When I say a good dude, I'm talking about like there will be stained memories of my brain of interactions. You know, Pete, you have that with people. Me and you got that. You might have that with some other people where you shared some special conversations, or there will be some conversations and some special moments forever burned into my memory of Chris Daniels. Shouts out to the Daniels family. May God continue to bless you, keep you, cause his face to shine upon you, and give you peace.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
And for real, it's unbelievable to me too, D. So I guess this is the perfect segue into when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. Breathe University, like the outpouring of love and the tributes that are taking place within the community right now is unbelievable. Like, look, they in the chat room. You see them now. Like they showing mad love. You know what I'm saying? Like it has been unbelievable. This is not a program. It's not I don't even know what you call form. I'm at a loss for words right now. This is a family of people who are dedicated to seeing each and every one. They'll cuss you out if they got to, for you to stop doing foolishness and pick up your mantle and move to the next level of your life. Like it's a family.
Word.
It is a family, and they're dedicated to making sure everybody goes to the next level. Now, if we don't do what we're supposed to do in this life, and you was a part of this community, shame on you. And if you want to be a part of a community that'll help you move your marriage to the next level, get personal development, you better entrepreneur, whatever it is that you want in terms of growth and going to the next level, Breathe University is definitely the place. www.breatheuniversity.com. A couple of events coming up, Ignite the Dream and Take Control Entrepreneurship Series. I don't even remember the dates right now, but if you want more information on where you can go, I think December 2nd is the next one. That's in New York. Go to etinspires.com/events and move your life to the next level. D, my only prayer is that whatever I'm doing in the next season, or as I'm moving into the next season of my life, or currently while I'm in the current season, that we create just as much impact as he did in his lane.
Yeah. I'm looking for something before I get to my thing, because I have the need to make an adjustment here based on what we're talking about.
No doubt.
So yeah, things a little bit different today, y'all.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Go ahead, Quaz. I know it's tough, man. Let me find this, because this is gonna help everybody if I can find this.
Mm-hmm.
And the audio's still going, so.
No, we good.
I'm not smart enough to type and talk.
No, you good. We locked in. I just like for real, all the people, you know what I'm saying? Like for real. And I'm praying for all the people who listen to the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast, who were friends with him. Yo, we had just talked about becoming certified in the animals assessment so that we can use it in marriages, because immediately it's like, Quest, I already see it.
Yeah.
Yo, there were times where I would bring stuff to Faith D and tell her a plan of mine, and she would like shoot it down. And I used to get mad because I was just like, yo, she think I'm playing. Like, this is not fantasy. Right. This is real stuff. But what I realized after we took the assessment and he broke it down for us, he was like, Quest, it ain't that she trying to shoot your stuff down. It's that she's an organized chick. And because she's organized, she needs to see details of how the plan is going to be carried out from A to Z. Right. So when you talk to her, you got to talk to her in her language. Right. When you bring something to her. And then Faith, when like for real, he broke it down for her as well. When you bring to him all the details, he ain't trying to hear details from A to Z. He just needs the gist of what it is that you're trying to say. And then you let him loose and he'll go take care of what you need for him to take care of. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that alone, just that, I mean, there were many other parts, D, but just that alone changed the trajectory of our marriage.
When?
Well,
I'm ready for y'all, man. This is one y'all need to listen to it, all right? So today's program is brought to you by Audible. Get your free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/marriage. With more than 180,000 titles from which to choose for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. And today, for good reason, we're recommending the book by Dr. James Dobson, When God Doesn't Make Sense. When God Doesn't Make Sense. It's Perfect. 5 hours and 51 minutes. Perfect. That will revolutionize your thought process, especially those of you grieving the loss of the brother, Chris Daniel. Just check it out. When God Doesn't Make Sense. And hopefully it'll add a little something to you while you're going through this time of very much difficulty.
Yep. I know. And that's perfect. That title right there is perfect, because this is one of them things that definitely just do not make sense. It don't make sense.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, today's, program is I don't know if it's apropos or what it is, but it is what it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't be bitter.
Be better. Yeah, move on. Yeah.
How you contextualize that one, Quest?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying that this is definitely going to be one that is going to be difficult to move on. But we have to.
Yeah.
Point blank, we have to. We can't, as much as it hurts, you know what I'm saying? And as much as I don't think that he would want us to stay in this place. Chris was all about like, yo,
he's on the move, man.
He had this thing that he would say whenever you go away, like, to take a break or whatever the case may be. He would say, come back infinitely better than you were when you left.
Yeah.
That's what he would always say. Come back infinitely better. Right. And so I'm saying that, we should move on, although it's difficult. And the reason that I said, we were discussing, this topic, D, is that, excuse me, I'm going to just be stuttering all over myself today. There's this thing that I always say when it comes to relationships. There are people who are stuck in a particular place in their relationship, right? And they have been stuck because, all right, well, there's this thing that I say, stop cheating on your future by having an affair with your past.
Yeah.
Right. In essence, there are some things that have happened in a relationship, some trauma of some sort. Usually in most cases, D, is somebody cheated or emotional cheating, physical cheating in some way, shape or form. Usually that's what happens. Right. And so some couples have decided to stay together. They understand the fullness and the depth of marriage and the reasons why they took it. And the reason is neither here nor there. The fact that you decided to talk it out, to stay, to forgive, do that, forgive and move forward. You know what I'm saying? Like some people are stuck in a particular place, D, because they're like, well, how do I know that this is not going to happen again? You don't.
Right.
You don't. but you decided to forgive. You talked it out. You got to the bottom of why it happened, how it happened. You've ended. You've gotten the proof necessary to let you know that that extramarital relationship has ended. You've decided to stick it out. You decided to move forward. And then there are some who are, it's been a year already, 2 years already, 5 years already, and you are in the same place that you were since the incident happened. And I'm saying forgive. You don't necessarily have to forget that it happened, but you must forgive. If you decided to forgive, let it go and move forward. The blessings and the joys and all of the seasons and places and all the wonderful things that you're supposed to head into in terms of relationship, you'll never get there because you're holding on to the things of the past. And I'm saying, move on. What you saying, D?
I'm saying true. I agree. And, oftentimes we say stuff that seems noble or kind of pithy, like God helps those who help themselves. Like that's in the Bible. That's not in the Bible. As much as it sounds good, God, you take one step, God takes two. As much as people think that sounds good, that's not in the Bible. And neither is forgive and forget. Like that's not in the Bible. Because unless you have amnesia and your brain actually breaks, it's impossible to forget. And so what happens, the reason why I'm mentioning this, Quest, is because sometimes people pit not being able to forget against forgiveness. See, forgiveness is letting myself free of the burden to be angry or have malice or hold against somebody what they've done to me.
Come on.
And to equally set them free to live as though they had not done this to me, whatever it is, right?
Yep.
But forget is not a part of the equation. So when people are like, I can still remember, and now they're beating themselves.
Yep.
Now you've used a false measure.
Yeah.
And then started to hold yourself accountable for something that's not even in the Bible. You see what
Absolutely.
And so my point is that doesn't mean that we should not be quick to forgive. That does not mean that we should not let bygones be bygones. But it also does not mean that we should be holding ourselves accountable for the fact that our brain cannot forget anything unless it gets amnesia.
Yeah.
So don't hold it against people. True. But if you happen to remember it at times, then, that's what it is. But you can still move on because oftentimes these things make us better people. When we contextualize it right in our lives, the things that happen to us, even things that shouldn't happen to us, give us a better context for the way forward.
I'm saying, D, it's a decision. I'm not telling you that you won't have those things that remind you of, but I'm telling you that there's a decision. Okay, let me do this. I went to the dictionary to look up forgive, right? And there are a couple of definitions here. And one says, stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense, flaw, or mistake.
Even a flaw.
A flaw.
Not what they did, who they are.
A flaw. Like that. So that's not something that it's a flaw. That doesn't disappear. It's
a state of being. It's a function of the who.
Absolutely.
And sometimes we hold that against people. The who of a person. Oh boy.
Like for real. That's why what Chris did was so dope, because you were angry with somebody because of the way that they were wired, and you held malice towards them because of the way that they were wired. Your wife is organized and you not, and because she picks up your stuff and puts it in the closet on top of the thing, and you come back and put it back on the thing, and she takes it up again and put it back in the room, and you looking for it and can't find it because she organized, and you vex with her because she organized. That's not. It's a flaw. It's a beautiful flaw.
It's a part of who that person is.
It's a part of the who.
It's not an activity. It's not a thing.
Absolutely. So
it's as difficult for a person, and we're not talking about evil here. We're just talking life, right? It's as difficult for a person to become like you as it is for you to be like them.
become absolutely.
So if you're angry because, and I'll pick things. I don't get angry, but this stuff used to really upset me before. Like if we're together and we're supposed to be on time for something, I don't do late, Quest.
That's faith.
I don't do messy. I don't do not keep my word. You understand? Like I don't do inconsistency. And so if somebody is kind of taking me out of my zone, like if you're a third party, and then no, you're not a third party, you're Quest. There's a third party. And I'm like, yo, Quest, we need to do thus and so for third party. What do we need to do? And you're like, oh, let's do this. All right. And I go to third party and tell them that. And then you switch up on me. Now I have a problem because I gave third party my word.
Absolutely.
Right. And instead of me seeing life as life and people being human, I'm like, at all costs, I got to keep that word. That's a flaw of mine.
Yep.
So now if you drag it into the marriage scenario and you are one of those people who are picking up a tablet and writing down every word that your spouse says and say, no, on Tuesday, you said thus and so. And Wednesday, you said thus and so. And now you have them up like you're upset because they switched up. It's like, what are you, a court reporter or are you married?
Absolutely.
Like, what are you, like the person who keeps the record for minutes? Or are you a married person who realizes that we're all different and things change?
Absolutely.
Move on, man.
Move on. So I just wanted to add these other two because I think they're heavy. The second one says to stop feeling angry or resentful. Well, that's the same one all over again. But here's the one that really hits me in the mouth is the one that says cancel a debt.
Yeah.
In other words, I relinquish my right to collect on a debt or a wrong. That's heavy because I know we're believers in the whole thing of, you know what I'm saying? Even though sometimes we shouldn't be an eye for an eye, right?
No. Eye for an eye is proper. That's justice. It's not eye for a whole body.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm thinking. That's the lines I'm thinking along, right?
Yeah.
Right. But what you're saying in the situation of an eye for, okay, let me make it specific in your terms. Eye for an eye, which is justice, right?
Yeah.
You're saying that you took my eye, but I forgive you. And I'm relinquishing my right to collect
your eye.
I'm taking your eye as well.
Yeah.
Which would be justifiable.
But
I'm forgiving you.
Right.
And I'm letting it go for the purposes of reconciliation, for the purpose of reconnecting. Now, I know we talking real light with this, D, because like for real, I don't know if I can honestly I'm saying I don't know if I can honestly say, but I can't lose faith. I can't lose her.
Nah.
I can't lose her, B.
Nah.
I love her sometimes. I love her to me being mad at myself sometimes. Like, how could you love her that bad? Like, how could you love her that bad? You know what I'm saying? Like coming where we come from, like that kind of stuff gets you got. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I'm saying that I love her to that extent, to the point that, and I know, but you know, brothers might be like, yo, you stupid. Like if she cheat today, I ain't gonna front. She's going to see the bad side of me, but I don't know that I would let her go.
Yeah, no.
I don't know that I would. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I'm saying I don't know her go because and here's the funny thing.
You can't afford to, bro.
Yeah, I guess for some people, and I don't know if you know what, you're right, D. You can't afford to. I think for me, it's because I invested too much in this.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I gave you my life and my time, and I'm not saying not to take away anything from her because she does the same thing. I promise you, she does. But I'm just speaking hypothetically. as it relates to the canceling of a debt. Now, I could easily run out in the street and be like, oh, that's the game we playing? All right, you don't know the kid. All right, I'm going to go put this charisma to work real quick. But even that, I don't think that I would feel.
No, dude. Not with your rib, B. She's not just a chick. Faith. That's why I say to you sometimes, keep the faith. Yeah. Like, I laugh at myself, like, keep the faith. No, for real. Like, yeah, keep the faith, man. Because, yeah, she's not just ending anybody.
Yeah. I don't think I would be fulfilled in returning the bad.
You couldn't, because how could you be upset if you're so quick? You find out 60 seconds before that, God forbid, something like that happens. And all of a sudden now you're ready to bust back. Who's the hypocrite, Quest?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like one of our friends, I want to come back to that debt cancellation though in a second. One of our friends posted this thing about, what if your wife did the unmentionable, blah, 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 would you keep her or something like that? And I was like, do you mean my wife or the hypothetical typed into a Facebook post wife?
Mm-hmm.
Because my wife and the hypothetical typed into a post wife are two different things. Like, my wife has been my friend for almost 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? My wife has been my wife for almost 20 years. So my wife has a name. Like, she's not my wife. Like, she's Simone, and she represents a whole lot. So if God forbid she does the unmentionable, I cannot get rid of my wife, bro. I'm just telling you that. I'm telling you that now. So if God forbid it happens, y'all rewind it. It was on September 20th and be like, you a sucker, B, because you told us. I cannot get rid of my wife. Now, I could get rid of hypothetical typed into a Facebook feed wife because she and I don't have no connection. But my actual wife? Nah, B. Nah. All right, so canceling the debt. So in the U.S.,
stay right there. Before you go in, stay right there. What I'm realizing is with some dudes, why it's so easy for them to say, "Yeah, I'll let her go." You say, "Yeah, it's easy to let her go because you ain't invest nothing. You busy taking than you are giving."
That's it. Yeah.
So it's easy for you to let stuff go. I put too much into this, man. I got two sons. I got a daughter who came and lived with us. Like, we a family, B.
Yeah.
Like, we put a lot into this, and we still putting a lot into. You know what it takes to run a family, fam?
Nah.
And I ain't talking. Forget the finances. The finances is one
easy.
part of
that come and go.
You know what? Like, emotional health, and like the ups and downs. You know what? Mental fortitude. You know what? Spiritual fortitude.
That's stripping part of your DNA, bro. Like, literally. Like, I mean, not literally, but it is as close to literally as possible. That's like stripping part of the you, the self, and flushing it down the drain.
Oh,
like, you don't, like, listen, man, when you get, if you, God forbid, you get diabetes, you don't go to the doctor and say, cut this pancreas out because it's not working right.
Yeah.
It's vexing me. Cut it out. Nobody does that, bro, unless they sick in the head.
Yeah.
And if that's you, y'all need to get help. Like, if you get diabetes or you get high blood pressure, you don't say, take my heart out. You don't do that, B. Like, you try to make it work because you sick right now. You want something to help you make the adjustment so you can be back healthy. You're not trying to cut the organ out immediately, B.
No.
Let's go back to the debt thing, bro.
Yeah, please.
Because so you got two paradigms. One is the United States paradigm. One is the Israeli paradigm, or old school Israelite paradigm. Old school Israelite paradigm, there's something called Jubilee. At some point, there's debt cancellation. I don't care what the debt is, but it's debt cancellation, for real debt cancellation. Let me tell you the opposite so you'll know what I mean. The opposite is the U.S. model, right? U.S. model says if company X, you're in the hole with company X for 10 grand US, and they can't get it from you. Finally, they just can't get it from you. They just decide, I'm going to charge it off. I'm going to write this off of my books. You know what I mean? All right, you might feel good about yourself until you recognize what happens is they're going to turn in a 1099 on that to the IRS. And with the IRS, the tax agency in the United States of America, federal tax agency, is going to do is say, oh, you used to owe $10,000, but now you don't. And since you don't, now you have income of $10,000 extra for that particular year, and you owe us taxes on it.
Oh, they gonna wax
So
you.
so the company didn't forgive and forget, bro. Like the company didn't actually cancel the debt, because now they just transferred it to a situation where now you're gonna get banged by an authority you can't charge off.
You don't have to pay the 10,000, but you got to pay the taxes on the 10,000.
Yeah, and I'm not saying they're doing it for spite. I'm just saying, but that the old school Israeli concept was it went away. But this says it morphs. So if we apply this now, I'm not trying to talk about the veracity of the model, whether it's good or bad. You know, I'm not talking about that. This is it's an analogy. So if you adopt the US model for credit and taxation, and you're doing that in your household, and you think you're good on the left, and then pop, it pops up like the little things in the bop toy thing where we used to play trying to get a prize. It's like you lick the one thing down on the one side, and then it pops back up somewhere else. And you're like, where did that come from? And then bam, you lick it again, and whoop, it pops back up. If you're doing forgiveness like that, your marriage is done unless you decide that you're going to learn how to move on.
You've heard me say this before, D, and I love the marriage institution because it is the one institution I believe that you should not do. Okay, let me just put the disclaimer on it because I don't want people to say, "Oh, of course you a holy roller."
Don't be scared, B. Please.
No, I'm not. Oh, no, you know, I ain't never scared. I just don't want you to improperly classify me. If you're going to do it right.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Am I saying that you can't do marriage without God? No.
Nah.
But we'd really be naive. But yeah. I am saying this. I am saying that I know that marriage is work. Right. Yep. And I want it to be phenomenal, and it can be phenomenal based upon what you are willing to invest. Yep. Let me tell you something, bro. I didn't get in this institution, D, for it to be lackluster.
What a waste that would be.
Like, for real. If I'd rather, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather go.
We understand.
Go drink some goat weed and maca root and tear down fence and be a track star rather than
switch off. Get our next one next week. Next one next week. Yeah.
Come on. I'm just saying. But I decided to be committed to this because I realized what the institution reflects in terms of, you know what I'm saying? And if I'm committed to this thing, right? And what I realize about forgiveness in this whole dynamic is that you can only do it when he is present in the thing. Because here's the funny thing. When you forgive in some of these same situations that we're talking about, I'm not saying that it's easy in any way, shape, or form, but anything worth having is worth going through something for. Now, some stuff we go through because we just did some foolishness. But when you decide to ask God for forgiveness and you lay that thing down and you start operating in his spirit, the word declares that love covers a multitude. You know how many people I've seen go through these same changes that we're talking about right now and come back 20 times stronger than they were when they first went through the thing?
Word up. Don't we know a couple
bruh,
who are therapists and marriage advocates?
Bruh.
Who divorced and came back to marriage with each other,
bruh,
and now are helping other people. Can you imagine?
Let me tell you something real quick. If y'all ever get a chance, follow Todd and Alicia Taylor. They call it Commitment Keepers, bruh. One day we're gonna get them on the podcast, D.
Yeah,
and we'll call that the part 2 of Move On. If they could do what they did, bro, their story is so wild. I'm talking about being held at gunpoint and all kind of foolishness over the chick that he had, like they both cheated on one another. You know what? I'll let them tell the story when we bring them on the podcast. But unbelievable.
Yeah.
If they could do that, then you sure enough can forgive and get through what you're getting through. And I'm not making light of it. I'm just saying work through it, and what you'll get on the tail end is so much bigger than what you ever went through in terms of difficulty.
Yeah, man. So it's one of those things, you know, sometimes people think it's a way out when people say it's easier said than done, but really easier said than done. Easier said than done or not easier said than done is irrelevant. You understand what I'm saying?
No doubt.
It doesn't matter. If somebody tells you, if you step out right now in front of a Mack truck or a Leland truck and it's coming down at 40 miles per hour and you're going to get run over, but you feel like you want something on the other side of the crosswalk, and you say it's easier said than done. Guess what happened if you put your foot out on the road? You still get run down.
Yep.
So if that's going to happen, you can say easier said than done all you want, but it doesn't change the fact, bro. So moving on is key. We can't just let it go, man. We gotta move on. We need to move on.
Nope. Got to.
All right. Holla at y'all.
Stay focused.
There you have Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We definitely gonna have to have them come through. I spoke to them recently too, D. We're gonna have to have them come through. When you hear their story, D.
Yeah, man. So we probably gonna forego the shout outs today, y'all. And thank you for the love. And we'll holler at y'all on the next go. And yeah, just one love, man.
Yep.
Catch y'all later.
Yep. Be peace, y'all.
Yeah. Peace.